Recently at the White House tribute concert, the great Smokey Robinson shared a fantastic insight. He said there's no new words, there's no new chords, and there's no new ideas. In my music, I just try to say I love you as differently as I can. How does your brand say I love you? And more importantly, are you asking your employees and your customers to sing that song with you? That's the whole human reality. Service schmervis. People want to be in love. You don't need some fancy focus group to figure that out. Now, if this is too touchy-feely for you, too bad. You see, companies who view love as a limited resource like some endangered species, they're not going to make it. But if you can learn how to bring your heart to their ears, I promise that your brand will be along for a long time. Now today, we're going to look at a collection of ways to make sure your brand loves louder. Number one, create an act of love in a moment of friction. There's dozens of these micro moments throughout the day, and your organization can create more of those moments, those acts. Now take Southwest Airlines. Now most companies, they use their employees as objects to leverage. They treat employees as people to love at Southwest Airlines. And what's cool is that their customers have reached this point where it's hard not to say, I love you, Southwest. Interestingly, they have LUG as their ticker symbol. Did you ever notice that? LUV. And isn't it interesting that Southwest is the only profitable airline and has been since the early 70s? Looks like loving louder works. So if your employees could give your company a hug, would they run across the field with open arms? Number two, be an expert in memory creation. Love earns you the right to a continued relationship. Love earns you the right to have customers tell your story, and love earns you the right to whisper to those customers on a regular basis. Now your challenge is to give regular and unsolicited tokens of love. And I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of examples because that's the easy part. There are three key elements. Number one, you need to show that you're willing to forego your own convenience. Number two, demonstrate that you're willing to invest your own time. And number three, show that you're willing to risk your security to promote their satisfaction. That's what love is. That's what people remember. If you do that, profit will not be far behind. So how are you rehearsing loving behavior every day? Number three, escort customers. Every day, our world becomes less humane in its treatment of each other. Matter of fact, it's almost scary how many organizations suffer from a severely loveless mentality. Instead of treating employees and customers like people, they treat them like objects. They treat them like integers, trophies, categories, commodities. Retail, oh, it's the worst. Every time you buy something, you're just like standing there at the counter, staring at the barista, thinking to yourself, look, I don't need a bag, I don't need a receipt, I don't need to fill out an online survey for a chance to win $1,000, and I don't need to sign up for your crappy rewards program so you can spam my inbox with coupons that don't matter. If you want to love louder, meet the now need. Instead of treating people's comments as inconvenient interruptions, speak human. It's the only language that matters, and it is the only language guaranteed to be understood by everybody. So are you famous for the widgets you sell or for the way that you love? Number four, be a better mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Your people, that's who. If you want them to fall in love with you, help them fall in love with themselves first. Give them a front row seat to their own brilliance, and they'll stick around forever. The problem is most people can't see how smart they really are. They're just too close to themselves. So maybe what they need is a better mirror. If you want to love louder, be that mirror. Reflect people's realities in an affirming and respectful way right back to them. A lot of different ways you can do this. My personal favorite, take notes on what they're saying right in front of them. It makes them feel heard. Another way is to link to their website from yours and then email them. Makes them feel seen. Whatever you do, it's all about memorializing their impact on your world and then telling everybody about it. That's the whole thing about recognition. It's an emotional release. That's how people fall in love with themselves. You can create a world of delight You make a memory that sticks in their hearts forever. And all you got to do is be that mirror that they keep coming back to. So how are you helping people love themselves more? Now, let me suggest this. Giving away love changes the kind of person you are, as well as the kind of brand you represent. So maybe it's time to turn up the volume of your heart. Maybe it's time to make your brand worth singing about, because it's not who loves you, it's whose life is better because you love them. Stick yourself out there today.